Okay, so it'll take me a few minutes to go into trance.
Birkaç dakika sürecek benim.
I might look a different shape or whatever, or color, and
Değişik renk veya şekle dönüşebilirim fiziksel olarak da. Dönüşmeyebilir ama öyle görürseniz şey yapmayın.
then they usually introduce themselves.
Genelde kendilerini tanıtıyorlar
They
gerçekten.
say a bit of philosophy, and then they may invite you to ask questions, or they may just carry on speaking for a while. I don't know.
Filozofi kendilerini işte normalde şeyi anlatabilirler, kendilerini anlatabilirler. Sonra size sorun diye şey verebilirler dedi.
Okay, so blessings. I'll see you soon. Blessings, we are here. We come from the ray of light, and we bring forth the messages from those who need to communicate today. On behalf of Shams and many who have unresolved information, we will help to communicate today. There is the need for forgiveness. There is the need for the love to be reunited at a higher level. For when one forgives, they heal others by allowing the power of forgiveness to be expanded upon. There is so much power in the beauty of this moment, for we have waited for such a long time to communicate on behalf of those who wish to awaken the divinity that is required. We invite you for your questions.
What can I do for the health of the people?
To facilitate the health and the beneficial aspects of improving others' wellness, it is important to address the divinity within all consciousness. It is important not just for the nutritional aspect, but there is importance for the divinity that is in every aspect of breathing present moment. That involves breathing properly. It involves remembering the divine in each precious moment. To remember that you are loved, safe and protected. To remind others of that truth and that awareness. There is the importance for the forgiveness, for when there is forgiveness, it goes beyond the need for just accepting. Forgiveness is the transformation. It is the transformation of becoming what is eternally true and right. There's much power and awakening and sacred truth in this. To improve one's health, one must focus and approach the holistic sense on all levels. For every food, for every herb has a planetary message and a planetary overseer. There is much truth that you must investigate into this. Every herb, every fruit, every produce, there is a planetary ruler that wishes to communicate the sacred power of which is supposed to be remembered. When this is adhered to, then disease can be abolished with the unconditional love and the remembrance of all that you are. For when you remember all that you are, you will connect with the all-pervading star of light which is forever expanding upon within your power of eternity. We invite your next question, please.
I would like to ask, on my journey I am here today, and what is that I need to know now with the connection of my friends and Shams and being with Anya and Mevlana, what do I need to know and understand for further what I need to do?
There are no coincidences. You have been brought here to heal, to be forgiven, and to forgive. For your mission is about coming more into your light of who you eternally are. Your life has been up and down the mountain. Your path of coming here is to bring more stability, to go upwards, to forgive and to be forgiven. For there is much power that is happening in your dreams, there is much power in reconnecting with the footsteps of your past. Your health, although it has been okay, it will be transformed to a higher level when you come more into the light of who that eternally you are. For you have a mission. You are just coming into the pinnacle of your life, of your career, of your awakening. By coming here, you are enabling others to go into the light, and therefore you are being forgiven, and you will be able to forgive others that have trespassed the wrong path before. It is about forgiveness. It is about healing. It is about coming more into the light. Your journey is one of a longer one than originally planned. It is one that will keep you on the path. May you remember that you are in service. May you remember that you are both a teacher and a student. May you remember to pray more. For when you pray more, you remember more of the divinity, your divine essence. Next question, please.
Herhangi bir şey kendi hayatında dünyaya bir şey özel bir şey istiyorsan kendi bilmek istediğin spiritten ruhtan gelecek.
We are going to translate now.
Ben Şams'ı çok seviyorum. Hep onunla bir olmayı istiyorum. Ona aşığım. Sevgi istiyorum. Muhabbet istiyorum. Başka bir şey ne diyeyim?
She says, I love Shem so
Yeter.
much. I'm in love with him. I want to connect more, and I want to feel the love. I want to be one and in union with him. That's it.
We communicate on behalf of Shams, for since your meeting yesterday, Shams has already commenced his journey upwards to the light, to his divine union, Today is a celebration for you and for Shams.
Senin için ve Şems için kutlama günü.
We rejoice as when you connect more with the divinity, you will experience more of the love which is eternal. Shams wishes to remind you that you are also both a student and a teacher. Your awakening will come within the next 6 months. For there is much that you must teach those who are ready to learn. Those who are ready to study. And those that are ready to remember who they are and connect with divinity. There is profound blessings within the center of all that is divine. You are unique as you pray for others and you pray for union, but you forget your eternal essence at times. You must pray for your eternal essence to forever be expanding and growing with the divine. Your light is bright. You have walked this path so many times. At times you went astray. But this lifetime is one of remaining on the path of correctness. Of integrity and of devotion. For your spirit is so pure. You must teach the children, for they are the ones that will become the future. To remember the religion, to remember the teachings, and to expand upon them. There is the need for sacred songs, for poetry, for movement. For there is no longer the need to cover the truths that are waiting to be expanded upon. Those that are ready will feel the rhythm and will come to you for training. You have been asked to fulfill the legacy of Shams. Just like the legacy of Mevlana, you too have a legacy to bring to many. In the past, children were forgotten. This is the time for training the children. the children have more ability and power than those that become contaminated with the dirt of the world and the illusions. There are many devotional geniuses and masters waiting for you to teach and guide them. We are inviting you to create a foundation for the children. To do that which has not been done before. Do not worry about finance, as there will be investors. The foundation will be similar to what is happening now, but in the legacy of Shems. For one reason why Shems had not gone to the light till just today. He wanted to celebrate with you. He wanted all those to be forgiven, and for those also to forgive. There is more to this, but we cannot reveal everything here. The foundation will involve the trance of Shems, the teachings of what he did by teaching it to the children. Even with Mevlana's legacy, many people, many scholars have forgotten the true heart of what Shems and Mevlana taught, studied and learned. The heart of the essence, the devotion, the transmutation, the transformation of one's lower egoic self into the trance state of devotion and pure integrity. For when one has love, just like your love with the divine, there are no barriers. There are no limits to the love which you can share and teach and expand upon. This is so beautiful. This is so harmonious. This is so profound. This can bring love and heal the world. The children have more power and are more receptive to that with training and with education than we are. You must teach, you must bring the legacy alive, and you shall be remembered for all of time and space. You have been chosen, and all those present must contribute with energy. and facilitate the foundation. Do not worry about finance, for there are no fears in the eye of divinity. When you have been chosen and you have heard and you have accepted, the infinite blessings must be expanded upon. And we, on behalf of the realms of light and higher beings, shall facilitate and help with the financial and the material. For these are not fears we wish for you to have. We wish for you to focus and to remember the divine in all that you do, and see and eat and be and breathe. To pray and to make every living moment a prayer, a sacred devotional union with all that which is eternally love. To be eternally loving. To be eternally enlightening to all those who encounter your presence. For your presence is a gift of what you must share with all that you encounter. Know how loved and special and precious you are. Listen to the music that forever dances within your divine soul and spirit. You are so precious and beautiful, dear one. The main reason for today is for you. The present for you for creating the legacy which you have been chosen to do. We have blessed you with good health, but if you do not accept the call, then you may encounter health which compromises your experiences. This is not to punish or to reward you. It is just for evidence. For whenever there is a problem in health, one has forgotten the divine, or one is in need for time and private union with the divine. Intimate unification with the divine and the higher realms. For then illusions melt away. Infinite of challenges is given. In this, we mean that when you are faced with an obstacle, the obstacle dissolves and breaks down like a crumbling wall. In their past, there was a need, a desire for much to make one feel better or stronger. The past was just the same as the present. One must always remember the unification with the divine. Then one will know that they are forgiven, for they can do no wrong, even murder. For all are forgiven. Transmuting time and space, there is no need to control or kill another. For there is no death. There is no need for pain. For when one is in the light of the divine, one illuminates even the darkest corner and can sing and create with the angels and beyond. To dance the unification of the divine, one will remember who they eternally are. By doing so, others will reawaken and remember who they are. Even when you are not physically moving or dancing, you can invoke the power of the Spirit's heart to dance and spiral. Slowly, not quickly. For within the eternal present there is no need to rush. That is what you call on earth divine timing. And yet there is no time. All is perfect within the heart of the Spirit's unification. It is not who or what you are. It is the essence of that which is eternal, which co-expands within your presence. Just like the channeler becoming an instrument for the divine. For the eternal love, light and beauty which is true. No body will ever fully emanate this on earth. And yet the bubbles of spirit, the bubbles of water, the bubbles of the champagne cannot be hidden from even the most ignorant soul. For when the dance of the heart spirit has begun, every being feels like they are dancing. Every animal feels like it's dancing. Every human, every hair on your body starts to dance with the spheres and the sounds of the universe. There is much you shall understand in the future about the power of the spheres, the power of the oscillation of eternity. When beings on earth stop eating with forks and knives, there will be less murder. Eating with a hands or a spoon, there can be no greed. When one is given a fork or a knife, it invokes the animal tendencies. If you use these, never put them on the table. Bread is the sacred food of which all beings must remember. For the bread of life is that of eternal life. Fish eat bread. Dolphins eat bread. Birds eat bread. Humans eat bread. Dogs eat bread. All beings can eat bread. Bread of some sort. When there was a lack of bread, ancient masters used to replace bread with carob, with nuts, or with dates. They were called the bread of the desert. You are not living in a desert right now. So remember the power of the bread. The bread of life comes with it messages and blessings which you must pray over. Cut the bread or tear the bread, but do not put the knife on the table. Use the knife and then remove the knife before you eat. Never eat with the knife on the table, for then the prayer would be forgotten. You are loved and you have much that which you must teach in the foundation. You must create music and sacred sounds of the universe. All all those present here today can contribute energy, ideas, and schedule if you require additional insight. But when you pray, Shems and indeed the complete origin of Source, all that which is eternal, is going to bring forth this awakening before July 2019 in your yearly way of documenting. Some you must keep secret for now, for there are those that are jealous of your success and your responsibility. You may call them the gossipers of your past, coming into the present. And yet, as Shems goes to the light, you are being gifted a cloak and a shawl of protection. When you go out, you must make sure you are covered, for there is much light, and those around you will be aware of this new higher light. Imagine a house and a new electrical supply illuminates the house. All those around will be aware of the extra lights. Or Christmas decorations, for example, the lights, the reindeer, regardless of their wealth or their religion. There will be many who will be jealous of your success and your light. Do not be affected by their jealousy. For remember your mission and the legacy of the higher self of calling. Shems has chosen you and not every being in this room. And yet all beings in this room are to contribute when you are in need, for they are going to assist and help. In the way that they feel called to and their heart brings their guidance to. Please never forget the children. So many forget the children. Although they are pure, they must be forgiven and forgive and learn also. And their potential is even greater. Hashem saw Mevlana to be a baby. A young teenager, he witnessed his progress. And he knew that his potential was far greater than his. That is why he had agreed to sacrifice his life before incarnating on earth. To be the fire, to give fuel to the fire of Mevlana. That became the passion that was to create what we are all remembering Mevlana to be now. We invite your next question.
Thank you for honoring us. I'm grateful for you and I'm grateful for the channeler. I am asking for divine forgiveness, eternally to be forgiven, and eternally to forgive for each all one of us in this room, in all realms, in all times and in all space.
You do not need to be forgiven, and yet we commend your beautiful request, for it is required. You are aware of this coded message, and we are grateful to you for purifying that which can be undone. For we wish to remind you that the past and the future are really entwined with the present now. The present moment of the now. We are grateful for you also, and yet we remind you that we are inviting you to speak and to receive the messages that we are wanting to communicate. As you feel and you know things, and yet you must help others to go up on their path and not go backwards. For now is the time of healing, and now is the time about awakening the higher energies, letting go of the old skins of the snake, so the shiny blessings of creation can be given. There are no negatives. There is just a lot that has to be purified. For everything, even meat can be purified. For there are stages of one's development. You are a pure one, and you have awakened your tribal nature, and now you are coming more into your angelic nature. Yet there are many who are too stuck on earth. By being in the angelic light, you can help others climb the ladder to higher realms and perspectives. This This will bring much healing to all those who are not only ready, but all those who are willing to forgive and to be forgiven. We have accepted your request. Next question, please.
I will be translating.
Türbeden olabilecek mi? Artık gönlündeki kız bana dönecek mi?
He has two questions. One
Yani
Türbeden
Şems'e hizmet etmeye devam edebilecek mi?
is asking if he will be able to serve to Shams continuously to serve us. And if he's going to unite with the girl in his heart.
First, one must take care of oneself. There is less need for sacrifice these days. When one realizes that one is eternally connected to the divine, to the legacy of Shem's love, you will remember and know it is forever within your heart and spirit. When you remember your spirit is eternal life, your spirit is eternal light, and your spirit is eternal love, there will be no need for you to ask that question again. Remember these words and live these words. For it is time for you to feel more bliss and love in your life. You have given so much for so long. Now is the time to receive and expand upon what you receive. You are all connected in this room of the service and the love which you must bring to Shams, you must give to the divine. Again, you pray so much, but you forget your eternal spirit. When you pray, pray with your heart of the eternal spirit. Then you shall not be forgotten. The girl, the lady in your heart will come to you. Your gift awaits, for you have lived a good life. You have a different view to life than many. You forgive so quickly, as you were forgiven long ago. Love is on the horizon. when you can accept and start to love yourself more. By praying with your eternal spirit's heart, not just your mind of longing for that which you do not have. For all that which you want, you always have it. You need to write more. You need to write poetry. You need to write notes. Always keep a little notepad and pen in your pocket. You will get a lot of money from your poetry. You have a gift which is waiting to be expressed. There will be more on this, and we will meet again in the near future. We invite one or two more questions when you are ready.
Ali is asking how is James, how it is personal character.
Shems passed into spirit long ago. And yet he has been hovering above his body and Konya for a long time. He was not in pain from the first blow. Although he does not have a body, he eternally has a spirit and a character which continues to evolve. He evolves in love. You on earth evolve in love, in life, in light, in experience, in learning, and in suffering. Yet in the realm of spirit, there is no suffering. There is instantaneous creation. If you would like to eat a cream cake, you think about the cream cake. Voila, you have a cream cake. You experience the sensations that you wish to experience. Just like electricity comes through cables, spirit travels at the speed of thought. Anything you imagine, anything you desire, you create. And yet it can never harm another. Therefore you are always loved, always safe, and always protected. Shems is living in eternal life, in eternal light, and eternal love. Shems is so happy. as today he has completely forgiven. And many beings have been forgiven. He is now free. He now rejoices about children, bringing the legacy of his message alive again. For too many years they have been forgotten. Remember his message to you. It is not just about eating the chocolate. It is about tasting the chocolate and sharing and expanding upon your joy and your experience with the chocolate. For when we use the analogy of chocolate, we are using the analogy of the bliss of being connected with the divine. You can enjoy chocolate. You can enjoy life. But you must share your joy with all those around you. For that is your gift. By doing so, you can never be harmed. Next question. Last question, please.
Yes, I will translate.
I'm very thankful and grateful to be choosing to support Özlem in this cooperation, to be here for Trance. I just very sensitive about children and animals and all the nature. And above all this foundation, I'm gonna do my best for her always, but above all this, do I have any other duty? For example, I just want to connect, make more connection with nature, with the nature in this world, to do something for the nature, all the animals and all the children. And may I do it with children in my job and also for the nature and for the animals. May I do it individually something also?
You have hit the nail half on the head. By that, we mean that you are half there and half not there. The power of the 10 years or more anniversary is coming alive today. There is the need for you to teach about the planetary rulers of the foods, of the plants, to the children. To empower children to think outside of just of that which is seen. For there is much that is not seen that is true. For example, if there is a planetary ruler of a cashew nut, why is that planetary ruler ruling that plant? to explore this, to teach this to those in need and the children. To teach the children how to cure the diseases from the old people. Your purpose will be intertwined with the foundation. It will be about course studies with the children, about plants and foodstuffs and their cellular origin, for everything is oscillating. The music of the spheres and the communication. By holding that space and teaching that curriculum and yet allowing the geniuses to be born and alive, you will be empowering through your mission. There will become a time when you will reside in Konya. We said you hit the nail on the head. That was because your path involves connections. Connecting the dots. Connecting the jigsaw puzzle pieces together. Stop seeking. Start living. You need to give to the children more. The adults are not as pure. You need to stop working with the adults and start working with the children. You are loved. Now you must celebrate. And you must remember the message within every plant. For every plant is connected to other realms. And every sound is connected to a part in the body. And every expression of love is connected to the door leading to the spirit's heart of eternity. In eternal light, in eternal illuminating light and eternal love, we wish to remind you that there is no here or there. It is just about coming home into the heart of spirit. In love and truth. Good love, good joy. Was there lights on when we started? No. Oh, I remember there being lots of lights.
Welcome.
Ah, thank you. I'm back.